Plus, it was back in the day. This is your typical B movie, action B movie from Canon Films. So Canon Films at that point in 1990, they went bankrupt, or they were on the verge of bankruptcy. And then the film got taken over by MGM, and that's probably why it feels like they kind of pieced it together in parts
Okay.
when it could have been
Yeah.
probably a little bit longer, a little bit more depth to it. And I think it is
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it was one of the last movies that Canon had in their like on their portfolio to like release. It was yeah,
Oh, is
because
it?
they went bankrupt because they because of over the top of the universe and like other investments that they made, they couldn't. And Superman 4, which was a flop, they went bankrupt. And this was it's a shame because this was one of their really good films from their slate.
Yeah, no, I thought it was solid. I thought it was solid. I thought it was solid. Yeah, there's like I said, there's bits that didn't work that well, but overall, I think I'd have to keep giving praise
Yeah.
to Van Damme. I think now I'm older and watching Van Damme movies through a different lens. I'm seeing the nuances I wouldn't have seen when I was growing up. I was just about the action and stuff, but actually I'm seeing the
Yeah.
acting. The dude can
He can
act.
act.
He can act.
If he
And
was
he's
given a
and
proper
he's
chance, he could act. But I think at the time he wanted to be a superstar and like he wanted to be an action man, innit? And apparently with this film, he choreographed all of his own fight scenes and he did most of his own stunts.
yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's all right. They had like little slow mo
Yeah.
effects and stuff that kind of emphasized things a little
But
bit.
you know what?
Stuff, you know what I mean?
When they got to
You know,
the slow mo bit, I was just thinking, man, if
yeah.
I was Sandman, I just have to step to one side, innit? What's he gonna kick? Because he's taking his time doing this roundhouse kick, innit?
Yeah, yeah. And also, that's his signature
Yeah.
move, isn't it? So you know that's going to come at some point.
And
So
don't forget the splits as well.
he's got to set it up first, isn't he?
The roundhouse kick and the splits, they're his signature moves.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's solid. He's
Yeah.
solid. But yeah, that's the Sandman. Like I said, good luck to him. He's obviously a heavyweight actor and been done lots of stuff. But geez, to stay in that character for a while, it must have been exhausting. Not just for him, but for everybody
Well,
around
I
him,
would have
probably.
just stayed
So
out of his way. But you know
got to give
what?
up.
The main thing is he was convincing to me, and it's kind of like a pity that that character wasn't used in a proper like thriller because I think he would have been more effective. You know, like one of those 90s
Yeah,
serial
yeah,
killer
yeah.
movies.
They could have done a prequel, couldn't they? They could have done a completely different
Yeah.
movie with Van Damme, but a prequel to get to that point at the beginning scene of Sandman, because he killed his partner, so there could be a whole prequel of him and his partner trying to chase down this serial killer, and then the serial killer kills his partner, and then he has a face off in that warehouse or wherever it was. So he thinks he's killed him, and that's it. So that could have been interesting. But yeah, no, I think the Sandman. I'm sure there's another film called where the Sandman. There's a gangster or a killer
I
called the
think
Sandman.
I'm pretty sure
Am
there's
I?
loads of films that are called that anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, there is, isn't there? Yeah, I'm sure there is, but I don't know what it is though. But I'm sure there's someone called the Sandman.
Do you know
But
why
yeah, I
his
thought it was all right.
number is 72689? Have a
No,
guess.
no idea. 72, 68. Not born in 72, was he?
No, but you're on the right lines, but it's not to do with the date of birth. It was basically it references the date that he started filming. So July 26th, 1989, which is 726 72689.
Right,
Yeah.
they do it different. Yeah, they do it
Uh,
different in America, don't they?